Today's guest works at a hospital by day and tells jokes by night. Jennifer Reeves, all the way from Calgary, Canada. Enjoy this episode. It's a fun one. All right, Jennifer Reeves, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
So I see that you work at a hospital. Is this true?
Yep.
Yeah?
Absolutely. I work at, I don't care, I'll say it on here, Foothills Hospital in Calgary.
Oh, cool. So and you're in Canada. So there's
Yes.
not
Calgary, Alberta.
Calgary, Alberta. Yeah. So there's not rules against saying the name of where you work or whatever.
I don't think on a podcast, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know about here either. I just never do because I don't want anybody to be like, what are you talking about on there? And then you work here? I don't think so. You know what I mean? But that's cool. So you work at a hospital. What do you do at the hospital?
It's called a porter, so it's service worker porter, and we basically just transport people to and from their appointments. So it's nice because it's like you talk to people and you never know what you're going to get. And so sometimes people are cranky, and then there's other days where you're like, I don't want to let this person leave. I want to keep talking to them. It's just, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah. Even hospital employees can have that impression on you. I was in the hospital off and on for 3 years because I had to have my colon removed. And there were some people that worked at the hospital that you never wanted to leave your room. And then there was other people that were like, if they ever come back again, just shoot me.
Yeah, that's like any job.
Yeah. Even now, I work in kind of sales retail. And there are people that you love to talk to. And then there are people that whenever they come in, you're like, I got to go to the back and take care of some stuff real quick.
Yeah, it's nice because working in a hospital, it gives me good material because it's you don't know what you're going to get. You can relate to people with other people that work in hospitals, and it's just always a good time, you know?
Yeah. I actually worked in a hospital for a little while myself. I was a phlebotomist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I worked night shift, so everybody was nice and groggy when you came in, so you didn't really have to worry about them fighting too much.
I did one night shift, and at 3 in the morning, I was like, I just can't stay awake.
Oh, yeah?
That late.
So does the hospital that you work at have a bunch of little secret passageways?
Yeah, because there's 6 buildings and they're all connected, and there's all these different ways because there's a new cancer building that just opened up. And so there's on the 3rd floor, and it's a mile long. And it takes 10 minutes to get to the new building, and then everything's connected underground in the sub basement, and then on the main floor. And there's all these different ways to go, and it's pretty confusing.
That's fun. Yeah, we had the hospital I worked at had 7 floors, and then they had the L&D department. It was off to the side, and then also the psych ward. I think that was on level 3 as well. And there was a tunnel that you could walk down, and there was one for everybody to go down that was all fancy, and then there was a back room one which you could just jet through there and be there way quicker. So we used to use that all the time. And that area I think was haunted. So do you have a haunted floor?
I feel like the sub basement is kind of sketchy at night because it's very old. The building is probably, I don't know how old, but it's probably 100 years old. So you go down there at nighttime, and it's creepy.
Very cool. So is that close to the morgue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because everybody, when you move someone at the hospital, the number one question is, so how many miles do you put on a day? Or have you ever been to the morgue? And I'm yeah, I joke about it all the time.
I've never been to the morgue. My wife actually worked at a hospital for a while, and she used to have to go down and identify bodies, I think, or something like that. I don't know. It was I always was creeped out by the fact that she did that. But so you do joke about going to the morgue a lot. So do you actually? Go to the morgue a
I
lot?
do actually go to the morgue. Yeah, we move dead people. Yep.
Okay. So that's part
Someone's
of.
got to do it. I don't actually dead people. That's just all just a joke. It's just a joke.
Well, I was concerned, but thanks for clearing it up.
Yeah, no, it's because it's funny.
It is
Like, because
funny.
a body, like, I joke about, like, sleeping with people in the morgue because, like, when a body passes away, they freeze. And so I was like, well, that makes for good material. And so that's what I've been using.
I love that. It's hilarious. It's actually that joke was one of the reasons why I asked you to come on the show because I was like, she's so funny. So
Thank you.
yeah, for real. So how long have you been doing comedy?
9 months now,
That's
like
all?
actually on stage. Yeah, but I've always loved it for the last like 4 years, I would say. I've just always like, well, loved it more in the last 4 years. And then I was like, you know what? I can do this. Like, I don't have stage fright. Like, I can talk in front of a lot of people. And then I went through like a bit of a depressing I had some depression about last year because I'm recently divorced, and that took a lot out of me. And I always would just sit there and watch Matt Rife, who I love, who is my idol. And that's why I got into comedy because I just loved him so much. And I would just sit there and watch his clips and watch his clips. And that was what got me over my depression with my divorce. And my life goal is to one day meet him.
I'm sure that
Ooh,
that's going
I
to
would probably
happen.
have a code blue. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, get yourself prepared because I'm sure you're going to meet him at some point. I mean,
Oh, I
you're
would
really
definitely.
funny. I mean,
Thank you.
yeah, like I wouldn't have asked you to come on here if I didn't think that you were that good.
Oh, thank you. But no, I just would always sit there and watch his clips, and I would like. I think I would. There were times I would sit there for a couple hours just watching his clips, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's so funny," and he's like, not bad looking either.
Sure. I mean,
And
even I have a hard time looking away when I'm at Rice on the screen. I mean, beautiful young
right.
man
And so I
and
just would
super
just sit
funny.
there and watch his clips. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. And
Yeah.
then I just went on stage one day and was like, hey, joked about Tinder. It wasn't actually on Tinder at the time, but made jokes about Tinder and it was a good turnout. And I was like, just the feeling you get when you're in front of people, in front of like 100 people, or like that show. My very first time going on stage was in front of like 300 people
Oh
because
my
I was
God.
like, because my friend Chris is the manager of a club in Edmonton, and I was like, put me on the stage. Never did an open mic before, like nothing. And I was like, you know what? Go big or go home. And so, like, there was a big group, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. So I just went on stage and was like, why not? Go big or go home. And it's just a good feeling because, like, you get a high from it,
Yeah.
and you just get like, and then when people are like engaging into like the conversation and stuff, like I had one girl like flash me her tits, and I was like, the power of a microphone. I didn't think she'd do it, but she was just like, okay. And everyone just started cheering, and the people will do what you say when you have a microphone.
It's wild.
So it's hard to explain, but you get a high from it.
Yeah.
And that's like the best feeling is being on stage and just owning it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I played guitar in front of people before, and whenever you just play a good song and you just nail it, and you don't even think about the people out there, there's something about the energy that comes from them and like through you and with them, and there's like
When
something
you feel like you're on
spiritual
top
about
of
it,
the
you know?
world, you're like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a spiritual connection with other people whenever they're laughing, whenever you're talking. I'm sure it's the same way.
Well, and when people are laughing at what you're saying and you're like, everyone's just got their eyes on you, you're like, oh, this is amazing. To me, it's the best feeling.
Yeah. So it's funny what you said about like Matt Rife being your inspiration. And I was just going to say, like, he is super funny. And like, he's one of the few comedians that actually makes me laugh out loud whenever I'm watching him. There's probably like 10. But I'm one of those people that even if I think it's hilarious, I don't necessarily actually laugh. I just like am listening and thinking, wow, that's a really intelligent joke. That's really well written. I'm loving the way that they said that, they delivered that, and I don't know if I'm weird in that, but like that's how I watch comedy, like probably 75% of the time.
Well, everyone's different. Like some people, they like dark stuff, which I love because I think it's funny. I have no filter, but then other people like more calm stuff, and everyone's just got a different preference. Like I'm sure I've pissed a lot of people off, or I'm sure a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't like her style," but it's like there's a style that everybody likes,
Yeah.
and some people like you, some people don't, but I don't care.
I think your style's fun. It's like, and you got to realize when you're watching a comedian, like that person is exaggerating a persona and they want to make you laugh. So they say things that are way over the top on purpose, like having with dead people,
Yeah,
like,
some people like laugh, but then some people are like, and it's like, no, girl, I'm not serious. Like, it's
right.
just a
It's okay to
joke.
laugh at that.
Yeah.
I think you're about the same age as me. So I'm curious about like pop culture. Did you grow up in Canada?
Yes.
So I grew up in the southern United States.
Okay.
So when you were like early age, like maybe late 80s, early 90s, what were you watching cartoons, TV shows wise?
I would say we only had like two channels on our TV. I just remember watching Care Bears
Same?
and
Did you have
Rainbow
Pee Wee's
Bright.
Playhouse?
What's that?
Did you have Pee Wee's Playhouse?
No, I remember Care Bears, Rainbow Bright,
I remember those.
and what's that?
Yes, I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I was like older, Saved by the Bell
Okay, we had
and
that.
90210.
Okay, so probably all the same stuff. So when did you start having like more than two channels? Because I remember when I was little, we had like whatever you could pick up on an antenna, and
Yeah,
then
pretty much. Like kids
probably
nowadays are so lucky. They can have like anything they
they're
want and
spoiled.
iPads and everything. And I'm like, YouTube. And I'm like, man, you guys got it so good. I didn't have any of that. I totally remember like the old like black and white TV and
Yeah,
trying to move the antenna. And he's like,
turn the channel with the knob.
yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, I
yeah.
think I was probably like 7 before we actually got cable, which had like 11 channels.
And that was like so exciting
You
back
push
then
the buttons
too.
to get into channels.
Yeah,
So did they
on
have
the black and white
Nickelodeon in
TV.
Canada?
Yes.
Okay, so you pretty much had everything that we had.
Yes, I didn't really watch Nickelodeon though. I remember like being at my babysitter's and it was always Saved by the Bell, Simpsons, and 90210.
Okay, very cool. So the reason I asked is because I recently went to Mexico and their channels are way different. I guess also because mostly a different language there in comparison. I mean, you guys have the French, which I did meet a guy from France, not from France, from Canada who spoke French when I was like 15. And he talked about some different stuff that I had never heard of. I guess that was exclusive to Canada. But like, yeah, it was just interesting. I like learning about different cultures and stuff like that. Have you ever visited the U.S.?
Yeah, I've been to Florida, I've been to Disney, I've been to Houston, I've been to not like doing comedy, just like
Just to
in the
visit,
past.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What was your favorite place you ever went to?
I really liked Dominican Republic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Because the water's nice and clear and it was just like it was just a lot of fun. We went there, me and my ex-husband, during spring break one year, probably just before I had my daughter.
Okay.
So 8 years ago, and that's a good time. You go to Dominican during spring break, that's fun.
Yeah. So I probably would say that Australia was my favorite, and then going to Cancun was probably the closest I've ever gotten to like really tropical. So that was like probably my second favorite. I did go to Canada before. Went to Toronto, and that was kind of fun. But it was like in the middle of Thanksgiving time, so like 10 degrees outside.
Okay.
I had never been that cold before because like I said, I grew up in the southern United States, so like in Georgia, which is almost Florida. And so like I had on like sweaters and a jacket, and I had like a scarf up to here, and then I had a hat down around my
Oh,
glasses.
it gets cold. Like
Yeah,
that's
it
like
was.
even here. It gets to like minus 40 and it's like your eyelashes like freeze and turn into icicles.
It's crazy. So you got into comedy because it helped you to get through a dark spot.
Yeah.
Did you have any influences in comedy like prior to that? Like, did you grow up watching anything in comedy, or did this just come out of the blue for you?
I just like started watching it and I just was like, like it's so nice to laugh about stuff and like going through like a divorce, it like took me to such a dark place and it honestly helped me and like laughing is what got me through my depression and it just I don't know, it's like a medicine, and then I
Yeah.
was like I need to do this and it's like if I could just make people laugh and do that for people, I'm happy.
No, I appreciate that for sure. So, what are your kind of what is your goal for comedy? Are you gonna make it
It's
your career? Is this it?
I would love to make it my career. Like, I it does take a lot of time and it takes a lot of practice and a lot of like going out in the scene and like you got to be out like 3 4 nights a week and you got to just keep showing your face and it takes years, but like I have been lucky so far. Like I'm in a festival in October, which I'm like honored to do because I was like, that's sick. I didn't think I'd get to do a festival my first year. And I just got my first hosting spot, which I was like, for me, my goal is to get a hosting spot within a year and a half. And so I just keep trying. I don't know. It's weird. I just like manifest things. And I'm like, I. I honestly believe that if you think you can do it and you just like manifest it and you just like put that positive energy out there, things seem to go well and things seem to just like work out in my favor. And I believe if you do it, if you believe you can do it, you will do it.
Yeah. Well, I believe that that's absolutely true because, like, my friend, see, I was always the guy that wouldn't do anything stupid and dangerous because I would be afraid that I would get hurt. And for sure, if I did it, I would get hurt. And then I worked with this guy recently, probably like 2.5 years ago now, maybe 2 years ago. And he was one of those guys that would just do anything without thinking twice about it. And we got to talking about it one day, and I was like, dude, how do you just do that and not get hurt? And he's like, I don't know, I just do it. And I got to thinking about it later, and I was like, I think that it's an intention thing. Like, if you believe that it's going to hurt you, it will hurt you. But if you believe you can do it, you're going to be able to do it. And it's the same thing that you're saying there. And like, similar to me starting this podcast, I started in February, and it's starting to grow finally. But in the beginning, I was like, just going off of blind faith, just like I'm just doing it. It's going to happen. I've been wanting to do something creative for a while. This is something that I've watched enough people do that I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I enjoy having good conversations with other people, and I'm just going to do it. And I do.
What do you have to lose? Like, why
Yeah,
not?
no, for sure. Well, like I do have a standard. I don't just talk to just anyone because I don't want to just provide content for the sake of content. I want to find people who I believe in, who I think that are going to, become either are already there or are going to become what they are setting out to do because it's an inspiration to other people. There's this movement I feel like of people in their late 30s, early 40s that are figuring out that you can still do whatever it is that you dreamed that you
Absolutely.
were going to do, but they're afraid. So like I feel like
Oh, 100%.
I've been coming in contact with a lot of people that are around our age that are just like pushing forward and doing things that they never thought that they could do, and it can't be a coincidence.
Yeah. Well, I always kind of like doubted myself because I have ADHD and I was like, and then I just woke up one day and was like, you know what? Like having an 8-year old daughter, I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do and show a good example and show her, like, hey, don't be afraid to do something if you actually really want to do it. And so I just was like, I'm good at talking and I can ramble on for hours. I annoy some people, like my friends at work. Like there's days where I just start talking and they're just like, oh God.
I
And I'm
feel the
like, "Blah,
same
blah,
way
blah, blah, blah,
sometimes.
blah,
It's
blah,
okay,
blah."
right?
And so you just gotta believe that you can do it. And like there are a couple times where I doubted myself, but then I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Change your mindset and just go for it. Because really, at the end of the day, what do you have to lose? Because if you don't do it, you're going to wonder. And then, like, in 10 years, you're going to go, I wish I did that.
Yeah.
So,
I was showing my daughter. She's only 5, but she is pretty smart. I was showing her like my analytics from YouTube and showing her how you look. This is when I started. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I was like, look at this graph now. It's like bigger and bigger. She understands bigger and bigger. And she was just like, wow, you're growing. And I was like, yeah.
well, and it's nice to like show your kid, like, hey, like, look what I did and like, look what I'm doing. And like, I remember like my first flyer, I was like, oh, I have a flyer. I was like, this is so sweet. And like, my picture's on it and my name's on it. And then it's just such a good feeling. You're like, oh, wow, I can do it. And to show your kid that, and like my daughter's teacher follows me on social media and stuff, and like it's funny, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
And you know it, it's got to feel good to like when you show up somewhere and people come to see you.
Well, and it's flattering when people like follow you on social media and then they write you a message. Like I get a lot of guys that like slide in my DMs, but I personally like the messages when it's like people that are like, like I can relate to you. I had bad depression as well. And they'll give you like the nicest messages. They'll be like, keep doing what you're doing. I think you're so funny. And like people do write you nice messages. And that's the stuff that I like.
That's what I hope that this does as a whole, is that people can find something out of each episode, whether it's a good laugh or, like an inspiring story from someone, but something that they can relate to, and hopefully it's life-giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly find that to be like the best feeling, just people that can relate to you, and it just makes you want to keep going because it's like, well, that happened to me, so like if I can just inspire anybody, because like I don't care, like I'm an open book, like you can ask me anything and I'll tell you, like I don't care. And it's like I put it all out there.
Have you always been that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I don't care what people think, because you can't, because like if you're gonna care what people think of you, it's gonna ruin your day. And it's like, why ruin your day over something you can't control? If someone doesn't like you, who cares? And like my daughter has a hard time with that, because like she'll go to school and be like, oh, this person was mean to me, and I'm like, don't let it ruin your whole day, because like you can't dwell on that stuff. And I just try to be like as positive as I can, and just try to be positive for my daughter as well. And I try to like teach her the same thing.
Yeah, see, I'm more like your daughter, though. Like, most of my life, I have been concerned with what everyone thought of me. Was I good enough? Was I well behaved enough? Because I did get in trouble a lot as a kid. And I probably have undiagnosed autism. But you didn't know what that was whenever I was a kid. So it was just get in trouble a lot, whatever. But yeah, like I did a comedy set when I was I think I was like 19, and it was a little racy, a little raunchy, especially for a Relay for Life. And I was told I could never get up there again.
What? Why?
Well, I had, do you remember Tom Green, obviously from Canada, right?
He's actually from the same town I'm from.
That's amazing. So he used to do that show, and then he had like a song, and I don't remember if it was from the show or if it was from a talk show he was on, but like he had an acoustic guitar, and he was saying, "Crack baby, don't come back. Crack baby, don't come back." And that's all the song said over and over and over again. So I ended my set with that. And I invited the children to come and sing "Crack Baby, Don't Come Back" with me. And I was still a kid myself, that's what I thought. And, but no, it wasn't acceptable.
didn't go over so well.
No, although everyone did laugh pretty good at my story. I it was a potty humor joke. I was constipated at my grandmother's house after eating too much cheese balls for Christmas. And I was very dramatic about how I told, like how it all went down. And I had them rolling and I'm laughing, and it just didn't work out. So then I just didn't do anything like that ever again, which I regret because it was fun. And then me and Jonathan Reeves, we actually were friends then, like since high school. And he's gone on to do some stuff with AMC, and he was in. You can barely see his face in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He's one of the guys in the little shop working. So like he went on to do some stuff, and he's actually just released a movie and kind of working on getting in some more. So are you working on like doing some stuff so that you can make maybe like a full like 30-minute kind of video or something?
Yeah, like I want to do. I've done 10 minutes, and the most I've ever done on stage is 12. But I'm gonna try to like master a good solid 5 like a new routine, and then once I have that down, I'm gonna like start posting more videos. And because I get more followers each day, and like my Facebook is pretty good, and like my Instagram grows every day, so I'm like, I gotta post some more videos and make up some more funny shit.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed that you got like, I don't know, several thousand followers, and I'm like, that's awesome. I hope I get several thousand followers because I am growing consistently, but no, that's awesome. So
It's weird because on Facebook I have more, and I don't know if you know this, but like you get capped out.
what?
Yeah. And
How?
so um on Facebook, it doesn't let you have more than 5,000. And so mine is like 51. But if someone requests to follow me, I can't get any more followers. And I'm like, that's Facebook. But I was like, why do I have more on Facebook and not Instagram? Like, more people are on my Facebook than Instagram. And I was like, that's weird because, like, I use Instagram more.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but don't you find it, like, way better?
Yeah, I prefer it, but like I do have more followers on Facebook than Instagram as well. But do you use like the page, or do you just have a profile?
I have the page, but then I had to start a second page, and then that one I don't really use that much because like I always forget to.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
really interesting. I didn't know that they would like, cap you out at 5,000. It feels like you're
yeah,
getting cheated.
I know, and I'm like, and you can't add anymore. But it's weird that more people seem to like Facebook.
You just taught me something new. I'm sure that Theo Vaughn's got more than 5,000 followers on Facebook.
So you can do more if you have a business page.
Is that what it is? Yeah, because he's got 2.8
Yeah.
million followers. Okay. So it's got to be a business. Do you have to pay to do that?
I don't know.
I hope not. I'm not paying for that. I'll consider canceling my X account.
But isn't that weird? More people prefer Facebook. I was like, Instagram's way better.
Yeah, it is weird. Do you use X?
I don't even know what that is, to be
You know
honest.
what Twitter is?
I don't have Twitter, no.
Okay. So,
What about the threads? I'm like, that one is confusing because it's like, are you talking to me or are you talking to that person? Like, who are you actually talking to? Do you have that app?
I don't because I got Twitter first, and it's the same thing.
It's just so confusing.
It is. It really is. And it's like, I did learn how to use Twitter eventually, but like in the beginning, it's like I didn't know what to do, so I would just post everything. I'm eating right now. I'm using the bathroom right now. I'm reading a book right now. It's like all that, And I was like, this is pointless. So I didn't use it very long. And then, so then I started using Facebook because MySpace died.
Space dying. I never had mind space.
You never had a MySpace?
No, I did not.
What?
No.
How?
I just was never like a computer person.
Okay.
And
Were you like an in
yeah.
real life only kind of person for?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like I only got social media, I think in October.
Really?
Yeah, because I took a break from social media for a while, and so I deleted all my accounts, but my accounts are just from October, and I only did it so I can post videos and like post about comedy
Right.
and
So you don't
stuff.
even have like a
So
personal profile where you just talk to relatives or friends.
I did a few years ago, and then I took a break from it, but I only had like I think 100 and like my actual friends, like my Facebook. I don't know any of the people on there. Like I'll stroll it and be like, don't know who this is. Like I think I know maybe 10% of the people on there.
Yeah. That checks. Yeah. I probably have like 1,000 to 1,500 people on my personal profile, and it's like I talk to 10 of them.
Well, it's like, well, if they want to talk to me, if they have my number, then there you go.
That's true too.
But
And I always feel guilty whenever I see other people like on social media and I haven't talked to them in a long time, and then I like feel awkward to even reach out and talk to them, and sometimes I will. But then like if you really think about it, if they wanted to talk to you, it's two ways.
yeah, it's a two-way street. Absolutely. I try my best to be like, "Hey, happy birthday" to the people I know. But I remember like a few days like a few weeks ago, I was bored one day, and it's like if I'm by myself and my daughter's not around and stuff, I'll just be like, "Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday" just to everybody, even if I don't know them. I'm
Yeah.
just like, "Whatever."
I got this thing I always do. Like I'll send like my friends, if I've got their real phone number, I'll like take their name and put it in YouTube, and there's this like epic happy birthday song, and it's like an epic like heavy metal song, and it's like it's your birthday today, and then it'll say their name, and I'll just send that to them, and like whenever they respond with a thank you, I'm like, you get me.
What are your thoughts on this actually? So, I want to start like a live feed on my Instagram because I have a lot of comedians on my Instagram and stuff. And I just want to do like a live
Yeah.
and just talk to random people and just be like, talk shit Tuesday and just like read the comments and just start like talking shit to people and recording it. Cause like, and get other comedians to like be in on the conversation. Like, how fucking funny would
Yeah,
that
and
be?
then they could kind of feed the narrative a little bit and make it funny.
Right? And just do a live because like I did a couple lives on Instagram, and like people are funny. They just like will ask you random questions, and like I'm an open book, so I'm like I don't care, I'll answer them.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Actually, that's a good idea because I've seen people on TikTok that do rap and they'll rap comments. That's kind of a similar thing, riffing off the comments.
But when you have like all comedians that are on your like social media, do you know
Yeah.
how funny that can be?
Yeah. Really good.
Just record all the comments and just like record the answers.
I think you're onto something for sure. You should do that.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about doing that, but right now I'm just like busy with some personal stuff in my life, and so I was like, once I'm like settled down, because like I just bought a house and stuff, and I'll be
Oh,
moving.
congratulations.
But like, oh, thank you. That's another joke because it's in Cougar Ridge, so I'm like, that could be funny. That's some good material. But I kind of want to just like start an area in my new place and just like have that just for doing that and call it Talk Shit Tuesday.
I think that's an awesome name for it too. Yeah.
Right?
What is your favorite bit of material that you have so far, or something that you
My
might be working
favorite,
towards?
honestly, I like doing the morgue stuff because like the people laugh at it
Yeah.
and like the faces. Like some people are like, "Is this girl serious or is this girl like lying?" And then I just go, I'll talk about it for 5 minutes, and then I'll like say something else about Tinder or like a dating story, like the cop thing. That's all real.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw that bit. And then I'll go back to the morgue stuff and people just laugh at it. And so I enjoy talking about the morgue stuff because nobody else does. And
Yeah.
it's original.
It is. That's very like it's very true. I don't think I've heard too many comedians that would go that dark, and that's a good thing because Like if you think about the comedians that you remember the most, like Howie Mandel will be one of them. Friggin' who else? Dave Chappelle says some pretty dark stuff. And like the ones that really push the limits, like even if you go back in the day to like what was it, Richard Pryor, people that are willing to just say the stuff that you ain't supposed to say, those are the people that stand out.
Just to clarify, though, I don't actually dead people. Like, it's just a joke.
You're making me wonder. You keep saying it like that.
So, no, I don't know. I guess I just like to push the limits because it's like, why not?
Yeah. Death freaks me out. And I don't know why, but yeah. Just being around, like going to funerals, like I can't even go up to look at the casket. I'm just like, oh, I don't know about that.
And you're like, oh, it makes your stomach turn. One of my good
Yeah.
friends, Roxy, she wants to bomb the body and stuff. Like she's in school for that. And I'm like, girl,
Embalmed
I don't know
them?
how you do that.
Yeah. Like you got to go through the jugulars and stuff to do that, don't you?
Yeah, it's gross.
It's
I'm more of I like talking to people and I can talk anybody's ear off.
so when you talk to people in the hospital, who are your favorite types of people that you talk to? Who do you get your material from the most?
The ones that are have humor, the ones that are actually want to talk, or there'll be situations and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use that. Like literally 2 weeks ago, I had to go to a merge and I was like, I had to move this person. It was, I forget what day it was, but I was like, hey, what brings you here? And he's like, I got hit by a bus. And I'm like, sorry. Like, do you need a warm blanket? Do you need a glass of water?
Jeez, got hit by
Guess
a
you didn't catch
bus.
that bus.
Yeah. I never got hit by a bus before. Thankful for that.
And then you just try to add to it. And you're like, well, I guess your day is shit, hey?
For sure.
Yeah.
So, what's another interesting fact about you that nobody knows, or some people
That
would know, but
nobody
I don't know, but
knows.
maybe my
A
audience
fun
doesn't know.
fact?
Yeah. Like when you were a kid, what'd you do? Did you go outside a lot?
I grew up in a house that was basically had a big yard and we didn't really have any neighbors, so I just would always play with my sister
Okay.
and fought half the time. We still do. We fought today.
So, physical fighting?
No, just bickering,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
bickering sister stuff.
My kids do that all the time. I'm trying to help them to realize that if they could just give and take a little bit, they wouldn't get so mad at each other. But I guess it's like talking to a brick wall.
I'm not gonna say anything mean.
But yeah, do you ever watch Uncle Roger?
I've heard of him. I've never seen his clips or anything. No.
I would encourage you to check out Uncle Roger. Nigel Young is he's super funny guy.
Who's your favorite?
I've been really getting into Bobby Lee lately.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just he can tell a story and be funny, but he just is funny. And there's something about that I guess I'm studying. I don't know. It's just something I like to do character studies and watch people and learn from because some people literally intentionally do things and some people don't intentionally do things. And he's one of those people that I feel doesn't intentionally do anything all the time, but sometimes he does, if that makes sense.
Oh, 100%. There's people I'll talk to in the green room, if you're going on stage and they're quiet and they're just sitting there. And I'm always like, hey, who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? And I'm just blah, 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 blah. And they're so quiet. And then the second they go on stage, you're like, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you were quiet 10 minutes ago. And it's they're just so different the second they hit the stage. But it's I'm not.
I would be that guy.
You'd be quiet and then just a burst of energy when you get up there?
Yeah. There's something about the way that I perform things to where I like to get my head right and like focus. Like even before I do the show, I'll like be in here and put music on and like just zone out for a little bit and try to get in a certain headspace. And
Oh, 100%. Like if I'm going on stage and someone like pisses me off or like something just is on my mind, I can't do it. I have to be in a good headspace. Like I have to be in a certain headspace. So I 100% get what you're saying.
yeah. So what do you do to get yourself like get right before you get on stage? Talk to other people, I guess.
I don't look at my phone.
Okay.
I don't go on social media. And I sit there and I look over my notes and I'm like, okay, say this, say this, say this, say this, say this. Because the second you're not in that certain mindset of like, okay, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to like do my stuff. I feel like if I go on my phone or anything, it's like a distraction. And if someone like, it's so hard to be focused when something in your real life triggers you. Like if someone like, says something or you have to deal with something and then you're like, oh, I have to go talk in front of like a few hundred people. It's like it fucks with you.
Yeah, you have to be able to
That's
cut it off
hard.
somehow. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just sit there and go over my notes like 10, 20 minutes before. But before, I find that I like to mingle with everybody and socialize with everybody, and if there's someone I don't recognize, I'll like talk to them and just get in that like good headspace. And then I like look at my notes because you have like a list and they will tell you your time spot. And so then if you're like, okay, I'm up fifth spot, you know, that's a good half an hour, or you know how much time you got. And then like if I know I'm like 15 minutes out, I'm usually looking at my book and I'm getting like in that headspace.
When you say you get to know people and stuff, are you talking about in the green room or are you talking about like out in the crowd of
Like the
people?
other like comics and
Okay.
stuff.
Do you ever like get to know any of the people that are in the like sitting out there listening in the audience, or like is that like not really a thing?
Well, it's usually like dark and you don't really want to walk around. So like you got to stay in one spot. And so, cause like I said, it's like dark. And so you don't want to be like walking around and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so like I know that some of the public speaking I've done before, it's a little easier for me whenever I do see faces that I recognize. But then again, I could see how like not knowing anybody, especially like performing music and stuff, like that seems to be easier when people don't know who I am. So maybe telling jokes would be easier in front of strangers.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, honestly, like a lot of times the people that you know are the most like the ones that you fear the criticism from the most too, I think too.
Well, and it's like when I have like a group of my girlfriends come watch me and I almost feel like it's encouraging. But the biggest fear is like you don't want to like eat shit while your friends are watching because it's like, oh, because there was one time I was at Yuck Yucks in Calgary and I literally, my mind just went blank. I don't know, like I just blanked and I was like,
Is that here or there?
what's that?
The thunder.
No, there's no thunder here.
Ha, yeah, that's here.
Yeah.
My microphone's picking it up. Sorry. So you were at Yuck Yucks and you were afraid that you were about to blank, or you did blank.
Yeah, my mind froze. And so it was embarrassing because it's like, oh crap, like my mind just went blank and I completely forgot everything. So I just started doing crowd work and got through my 5 minutes. And so that's a big fear of like doing that in front of your friends. And so like if like a lot of people that do comedy won't perform in front of their spouse because they're like, I'm afraid I'm gonna bomb. And it's like embarrassing when you do, because I've had it happen once and I was like, oh shit.
What about hecklers? Do you have very many of those?
I have not experienced it, but I was at a show on Friday and this guy just would not shut the fuck up. But
But
then
like
the
talking to somebody
headliner,
else or what?
yeah, he was in the crowd and
Okay.
he was like drunk and he was trying to be funny. And then the headliner went on, Ferris, and the guy just like, he was just like letting him have it. And the guy ended up just like getting up and walking out. And I was like, ooh, because like some people just try to be funny and try to like steal the show, but he just like destroyed him. I was like, yes. Luckily, I have not had that happen to me yet.
That's good. So is it
Yeah.
very common to happen in Canada? Because I mean, like from what I understand from people well, even when I went there, everybody's super freaking polite.
You get the odd one, or they'll just like try to like yell out like a couple sentences. But this guy last Friday just would not shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
And Ferris was just like, when he ended up walking out, I was like, that's amazing.
that's cool. From what I understand here in the US, it's like people are like more and more increasingly feeling comfortable acting that way to the point where it's not even fun for a lot of comics.
Well, I feel like they try to just like show off and they try to like outdo the person on stage and they just want the attention.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, okay. But like I said, I've never had it happen yet, thank God. But I think I would just, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably be like, do you want the microphone? Do you want to come up here and like talk some shit?
Yeah.
Like, I would just put him on the spot.
Yeah. And then they couldn't deliver anything. They'd just be like, nah. Which I mean, for as a person sitting there watching, like it would get on my nerves. I'd be like, "Would you just shut up?"
Oh, this guy was like going on and
Yeah,
on. And there was like probably 10 people that went up and he was like beaking everybody.
beaking.
And
What does
then
beaking mean?
like just chirping, like
Oh,
wouldn't
okay,
shut up.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Differences in our languages.
Yeah.
There aren't very many differences in our languages, but some of them are there. Like you guys have Tim Hortons.
You got Dunkin' Donuts.
We got Krispy Kreme. Don't cuss at my donuts. Have you ever had Krispy Kreme donuts?
I have not. I've never had Dunkin' Donuts before.
Dunkin' Donuts is trash.
Is
Krispy
it?
Kreme donuts. So Krispy Kreme donuts are fluffy, like really light, and like whenever you pull them apart, it's like pulling apart like white bread, and instead of like cake. So like they're just superior. But yeah, Tim Hortons and Dunkin' Donuts are similar, I would say.
Do you know what I had that I thought was disgusting? I had it in Vegas last year was White Castle.
Oh yeah, it ain't good.
Oh, that shit.
You thought
I
it was
like,
gonna be
this is
good, didn't you?
disgusting. I had it in Vegas and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to try it. And oh, no, it was nasty.
So that's about the same thing as Crystal. Like they are essentially the exact same restaurant. I mean, they have to buy their food from the same manufacturer if they're not owned by the same people. Kind of like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, which is also not very good.
I don't think I've had Carl's Jr. No.
Have you ever had Hardee's?
Yes.
Yeah. In the US or in Canada?
Canada.
It's probably not the same because when we went to Canada, we got McDonald's and it was way different.
Really?
Yeah, it was better quality.
It was better.
It was better quality for sure.
Oh.
Even going to Mexico and eating food there, it was better quality than the United States food.
Oh.
Yeah, we have really bad fast food.
What's your favorite fast food in the States?
That's a good
Do you
question.
know what I always see is In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, they got that in California, which they just recently moved over here to Nashville. I think it's Nashville or Knoxville. Their headquarters, so they're going to start spreading around here. But there's this local place that I didn't even know about until I moved to East Tennessee, and it's only in East Tennessee. It's called Pal's, and they have the absolute best hot dogs. And when you get a hot dog in East Tennessee, it's got chili and it's got chili, mustard, and onions on it, which I don't like onions on mine. I tell them to take that off, but you don't order a hot dog unless you want chili dog. But they are perfect. I'll get 3 of those.
I'll get 3 of those.
I did a little review of their burger one time, and yeah, their burgers are actually really good too. I don't know if you've ever had something like a Five Guys burger.
Five Guys, yes.
It's kind of like that style, but it tastes better.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I like a burger once in a while.
for sure. So, what do you do outside of comedy? Like, do you have any pastimes? Do you like outdoors? Are you a bookworm?
No. What do I do? Well, I work at the hospital during the day, and I was working full time because I was like trying to get my house, which I just got, so now I don't have to work there full time anymore.
Well, that's good.
um, I try to go to the gym quite a bit because I think fitness is pretty important. And like, I look at it like, well, if I'm going to be standing in front of everybody, I may as well look good doing it. Um, I have my daughter half the time, so I'm with her every second week, and so she's with her dad now. And I literally work at the hospital, go to the gym, and I'm either out at like a certain type of comedy night or an open mic night or at the workshop every week. Or like last weekend I didn't have my daughter, so I went to oh, it was my birthday last weekend.
Well, happy
So I did
birthday.
that. Thank you. But yeah, my free time I'm usually at like some sort of comedy event. If I'm not on stage, I'll still go and I'll still like I'm out all the time, especially when I don't have my daughter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably the best way to get like
Your
into the
face out there,
community,
yeah.
get your face out there, because I'm sure that you guys have people traveling in and out of town. So somebody will see you and they'll be like, hey, I know this person. You should talk to her. She's pretty funny. And then you'll get that next opportunity to
Well, and
spread
then
your
you
wings
like
there.
meet everybody and then you add them on social media and then they like watch your videos and it's like it's you're just basically networking and just meeting more people and like I want to after the summer, like once I moved into my new place and stuff, I want to start doing some stuff out of town and like just start going to different places because I've only been in Edmonton and Calgary, so I
Yeah.
want to like do more stuff and message more people and all that stuff.
So where are the hot spots there in Canada to do comedy?
I only do Calgary, and so
But like, is there like another, what is it, province? Is that what the different places in Canada are called? Like Quebec and I don't know all the names. I'm not good at geography.
I have not done the circuit yet, and that is on my bucket list. I
Yeah,
want
that's
to
I guess what I'm trying to
start.
say. Like, what's your circuit there to where can you go?
Well, a lot of people that have been doing it for a while that are like headliners and stuff, like they'll travel and stuff, but like because I'm on the newer side, I've just been in Calgary. And
Hmm.
so like I've been working full time at the hospital, but like after summer I want to like start doing more stuff and
Yeah,
then in another year I would like to like slowly go different places cuz like how fun would it be to just travel and like do what you love doing?
yeah. Well, you know,
Especially if you like have someone that you like and that you like work with or you're friends with to like travel with, like it'd be so much
for
fun.
sure. So like, here you got the comedy mothership is like the new hot spot to go to. Like everybody wants to be there. Is there a place like that in Canada?
I don't know what the main spot would be in Canada. Probably, I'm guessing Toronto and stuff, like the like big major
Kind of
cities.
like the Canadian Hollywood area. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, kind of be like going to New York or LA here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually where I went whenever I came to Canada, was in Toronto. There was like this really cool underground mall, and I bought a copy of Edward Scissorhands from there at this
Oh,
video
sweet.
store because I wanted to buy something from Canada. And I'm a
Nice.
movie person. So
Yeah. Yeah. Like right now, I'm just like kind of at the bottom and I'm just like trying to work my way up. And my goals are to like, I'm just like manifesting everything. And I like, my goal is to like do a theater one day and go on the road and like travel around.
very cool. So when you speak of traveling, you're gonna like go like at least the US, but like do you have desire to go like further?
Oh, I want to like one day go everywhere, like just whatever I can do. Like my thing is if someone asks me to do something, I never say no. I say yes to everything.
No, that's a good idea. But yeah, like, especially all the English speaking countries, I could see you being big enough to go worldwide.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's the goal.
Yeah, because you're not afraid to push the buttons. You're not afraid to go past it, and like while you are like believable enough to be like, I don't know if she might be serious about this, because you can be. I can see that, but like people who aren't idiots will see your comedy and be like, yeah, it's hilarious. Like it is genuine. It is believable. So like I think it'd take you far.
Oh, well, that's what I'm hoping. And like, I have like things I want to do and things I want to accomplish. And like, I want to like show my daughter that like, if you believe you can do something and you'll do it, you know? And like, don't be afraid to go after what you want. And like I said, like right now I'm just dealing with my divorce and personal stuff in my life that and like buying a house and like I said, once I move, I'm like I'm going to like really buckle down and like message people and like message people out of town and like cuz I haven't messaged anyone out of town. And so once I do this festival, I'm like that I'm doing like a new routine for. I'm going to post more videos because the more stuff you post on social media, the more people see you, the more you grow. So it's just you're basically like growing your social media and like marketing yourself.
Yeah,
And so that's what I'm really going to focus on because like I try to post quite a bit now, but I'm really going to like after summer like really like try a lot and
yeah.
try to do stuff,
Start
more
marketing
stuff.
yourself. Yeah, for
Because like the
sure.
way I look at it is, if you don't market yourself, how are people going to see you? You know,
Definitely. Oh, I saw you posted recently like this post with the suit on, and you're like, I think I'm gonna do a suit. Don't ever do a show without the suit. It's awesome. It
right?
works.
Well, because like a lot of the girls that I see here, everyone just kind of wears like comfy clothes or whatever they like are comfy in, or like they just wear whatever, you know. But I was like, you know what? Like, go big or go home. Like, wear a suit. And so I was like, fuck it. And so I just like, if I'm doing a hosting spot, which I'm doing on the 29th, and then I was like, well, I got the festival. I was like, fuck it. My look is gonna be a suit and it's gonna be cute and it's like look good, feel good.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about like we're kind of doing like this full circle thing where people are getting more into like what was cooler in the 70s, 80s, 90s, back whenever things were tangible and things were like a certain way. People used to dress up for events. And
Yeah.
if you make it special and you make yourself look like, like I'm something to look at. I'm up here. I am, like I have your attention now. Shut up and listen to me. And I feel like that a suit commands that.
Yeah, well, and it's like, I don't know, it's like I want to look good and like when I do when I do the festival that I'm doing in October, I'm going to wear a suit and I want to post a video and then like I'm hoping one of my videos goes viral and it cuz you have like 5 seconds to get someone's attention. So I'm like, okay, well, if I look cute and I'm in a suit and I go with a good punchline at the very beginning, which I told you what my beginning line's going to be, people will watch your video.
Oh
And so
yeah.
my goal for next year is to have one of my clips go viral and why
You'll
not,
be all
right?
over the place for
Exactly.
sure. Do you post on YouTube?
I have a YouTube channel, but I only have like one video on there and like a couple shorts. And so I want to post like the whole 5 minutes. So I'm going to probably do a couple more videos on there. And then and just slowly build it up.
Well,
Because like I don't want to post like what I say on stage because then people already know what you're going to say. And so now that I'm gonna make a new routine, I'm gonna like get the whole thing on there and post it on YouTube and then put it on my Facebook and then put it on Instagram and do the whole thing.
oh, that's smart. So you mean like the routine that you've been doing, you're going to make that the video that goes to YouTube while you have new material that you're not going to let people see until they come see you live. That is a
Yeah.
really good idea. I was just going to tell you though, like once you do get to YouTube, like do it, make that your main platform because YouTube is supposed to like double this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. I
Yeah.
have like a couple clips that I want to post, but I was kind of waiting. But now I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna do a new set at the end of the month, and so in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna post those. I'll post those on YouTube and stuff because I'm kind of like done with them, and everybody in Calgary has heard my set. I've changed it a little bit, but I'm gonna like really change it
Yeah.
in a couple
So
weeks.
yeah, what I would encourage you to do then is like post like a full whatever your full like set that you've recorded that's your favorite one, but then like out of your like all of them, pick the best moments and use those for your shorts, and then always like link it back to the video you want people to go watch.
And then put it on Facebook and have the same video so it gets more views.
Yeah, but then put your link to your YouTube on the description on your Facebook.
Why didn't I didn't think of that.
I didn't think of that until recently, but I've seen growth on my YouTube. I'm using like Facebook for social, like actually to be social with people, meet people like you, meet people that, can come on the show, or just people that might want to listen to it or something like that. And so that's the environment there. I was trying to do that on my Twitter account. But it's like I said, it's just a political crap show over there. So I don't really get on there very much anymore.
Yeah, because I guess you can put YouTube on your Instagram account and have it linked. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So like, it's a good way to drive things, and but I don't know, like somebody that I follow who's we're talking about having him come on the show as a magician.
oh, sweet.
He got paid from Facebook, and I was like, dude, that's amazing. And like,
Yeah.
he's been on here a little bit longer than me, but like I don't think he's like been on here for a long time. I think he just started using Facebook, but like he was like on America's Got Talent and stuff like that, and he does like big magic. So he
I
doesn't.
actually auditioned for that this year, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I made it through the first cut, but I guess I didn't make the last cut because I just saw a clip for the preview for it to start.
Oh yeah. Did you
But
meet
it's
any
cool
of the
because you get
judges?
like when you audition, you get like your picture and you upload it and you have to send in 2 clips and you get it's cool what they send you.
That is
But I
cool.
couldn't post it, but I was like, I want you so bad.
Yeah.
But it's in the contract that you're not allowed to.
Ever?
I wonder if I could now just because I didn't
You
make
should
it.
check and
But
see
yeah,
if there's like a length, like, because sometimes, like, when you do a TV show, like, you're under contract to not talk about it until after it's aired.
yeah, I guess now I probably could. But it's a pretty sweet picture. It's like my picture and then it's got like their logo and stuff and then it has like all your information underneath.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
send it to you and show you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Yeah, I actually had an interview scheduled with Stephen Marcus Relaford, and is it Relaford? Uh, Stephen, forgive me if I got your name wrong, dude. He's from LA. He does the Comedy Store and Laugh Factory quite often. But like I was trying to get on with him for a minute, and he kept having to. It is Relaford. Good. All right. But yeah, so I finally got him on here, but I had to do like kind of like we did, reschedule for a different night because he was on this comedy competition show, like similar to like the tattoo shows where you go on there and you do the best tattoo, you make it to the next round kind of thing. Well, we had scheduled, and he's like, "Yeah, I should be done taping by whatever time, so we can still do it." And then he texts me, and he's like, "Dude, I can't. I keep winning." I was like,
Oh
that's a
no.
good problem."
Hey, slip in my info.
For real. So like he ended up coming on like probably 3 days after we had planned because he just kept winning. So I don't know how far he got. He couldn't tell me, anything about it. But once it airs,
Oh, that's
he'll be allowed to
sweet.
talk about it.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna audition. Why not? Because
Right.
like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? They say no.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just try again next year.
You should. I agree. So have you ever watched Howie Mandel?
Yes.
Yeah. Recent Howie Mandel or like old Howie Mandel?
Probably his older stuff.
Yes, his older stuff. He's not anywhere near. He's too tame now. Way too tame. His HBO special is one of my favorite comedy shows of all time.
Nice. I'll have to watch it.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Once you watch it, you have to tell me what you thought about it.
Okay.
Because
Did you watch Matt Rife's Netflix special?
yeah,
What did you think?
everything he does is hilarious. For sure. But I was going to tell you about Howie though, like I, I don't know what he's like anymore. Like what I have seen him do is kind of corny, but back in the day, like he used to like do characters the whole time. Like he was a character the whole time. Like he was like insane, like he was on coke or something. And
I remember when he did Bobby's World.
he does that voice in his original comedy, but it ain't Bobby, and it ain't wholesome. And he talks shit about people in the crowd the whole time. I think you would love his old HBO special for sure.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the first comedy things I ever watched that I literally cried laughing at.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll make sure I do that this week.
What's the name of the festival you're doing?
Cochrane Comedy Festival.
Cochrane Comedy Festivals. So definitely, if you want to shout that out, let people know like where they can find it if it's available to them.
Yeah, anyone that lives in Calgary, Alberta, it is October, the beginning of October, and the link is on my Instagram page. And I perform on the 2nd. That's the like one I'm really excited for because that's like the biggest thing I've done so far. So I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm just excited I get to be a part of it.
It's exciting to be a part of that. I'm like
Yeah, they
excited
asked
for
me.
you.
I was like, what?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so by the time this is going up, that'll be like a couple months away. So definitely go out there and support Jennifer there. And is it going to be streamed like or anything like that? If like
I'm gonna
after the
record my
fact.
set because I'm gonna like make sure I look good and I'm gonna wear a suit. Like I'm busting out.
Very cool.
So you like the suit idea, hey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool.
Well, because I was like, nobody else does that, so like, why not?
Yeah,
Over the top, I don't care.
yeah. No, and it's not over the top. It's actually, like I said, it's classy, and it's different than what other people are doing.
Yeah, because I was like, I want a certain look. Like, I want to be like be known for a certain look. And I was like, well, in my promo picture, I'm wearing a suit, and I was like, oh, it's so badass. Like, I love it. And then I have that other picture, and then I've done the suit a few times, and then I was just like, you know what? I need a pink suit. Like, how cute would that be? And like a red suit, and like blue, and like a nice blue,
Yeah,
but just like really like class it up and just like have a certain style, you know?
yeah. I think that could be like a trademark too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one chick that wears suits, she's hilarious.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do.
People be talking about you and they can't think of your name because like for some reason nobody can ever think of anybody's name and they're like, you remember that one person? Well, if you've got the suit on, then they're like, that girl with the suits on. Oh, I know who you're talking about. She's hilarious. And then they can talk about your jokes together and can like it only makes you more of
Well,
a
and I feel like my last name
marketable.
people will remember because it's my maiden name's Kevlicious. And so like people, I feel like it's like I would remember that.
Kevlicious. Yes. Whenever I introduce this video, I will make sure to use the proper name. You need to change that on social.
Well, I have it hyphenated. I have it as Reeves Kevlicious.
Yeah.
And so I'm just waiting till my separation is done, which I think it's going to be tomorrow. But the comedy festival, they actually put Reeves Kevlicious. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I want to like do it on social media, but leave the Reeves in there for a little bit just so people are like, oh, it's the same person. Because it's like, how do people know that? They'll just be like, who's this girl? Why is her name different? And so I'll just have them both for a little bit.
Did you go to the movies and stuff like growing up? Like,
Once in a while we did,
yeah.
yes.
Was there like a theater in your hometown or did you have to leave town to go somewhere else to see one?
No, there was one we went to like once in a while.
Yeah. Did it have like 2 screens, 4 screens, 8 screens?
I think it probably was like six different rooms, if I remember correctly, like about that.
So my first movie theater actually was 2 screens. And I saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 on it, and I was like 5 years old.
Amazing.
I saw Home Alone there when I was 6.
I saw that in theater. I remember that. I still watch that movie every year, like during the holidays, every year. And my daughter loves that movie too. It's a classic. You have to.
For sure. I only like the first two though, and like I like the second one better than the first one sometimes. And then sometimes I like the first one better than the second one. The first one is better because it's original, but then I like the whole New York magical elements of the second one. But then the
Yeah.
third one's just trash. And after that, my kids like the like fifth, sixth, eighth one, whichever.
Oh, I didn't realize there was that
Oh my
many.
God, they've got so many, and they're all corny. They're not at all like the classic quality John Hughes style stuff. So I think Chris Columbus actually was the person who directed it, but I think John Hughes was the producer. Did you watch any John Hughes movies growing up?
No.
You have you ever seen 16 Candles?
Nope.
Have you ever seen St. Elmo's Fire?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. So for your mental health and your spirit, you have to watch The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire.
Okay. I've heard of The Breakfast Club. I have not watched it, but I will.
I don't think that you can even become an adult until you see it. Like there's all this like childhood and teenage angst and trauma that we go through that is addressed in this movie. And then whenever you watch it, because I watched it as an adult, it's like your heart just opens up to these characters, and it's just like it's funny, but it's also like really deep, and it's like wow, and you probably will cry unless you're not a crier at all.
Oh no, I cry. I cry. I literally cry weekly.
Yeah, but it's a good cry, and then so is St. Elmo's Fire. But then if you enjoy those, you should watch 16 Candles, which is a Molly Ringwald movie, which she's like one of the main characters in The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
But those are some really great classics. John Hughes is just like a really good director that wrote really good movies with stories, usually with comedy overtones, but always with like a lot of heart. So, very good stuff. So, did you watch? You said you didn't watch very many movies growing up, though.
Like Disney ones, yeah, but not like a lot on TV. Do you remember like VHS and stuff?
Yeah,
Like I remember like at the babysitters watching those.
yeah, yeah. I used to have a couple VHS tapes, and then
All
when
the Disney movies.
yeah, for sure. Like, what was your favorite Disney movie as a kid?
Little Mermaid.
Okay, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Did you realize that the priest has an erection in it?
No.
Yes. They may have removed it, but I had an original copy and I heard that and I was like, bull crap. So then I go and like put it on that scene where they're getting married and he does. He's like at the place where his penis would be, it's like just like that on his tunic. And it's like, what? That's crazy. So all that stuff they said about Disney being weird, they were weird.
They were right.
Yeah.
It was all true.
And Tim Burton was one of the animators that did some of that stuff.
Oh shit.
Like he may not have actually been one of the ones that did it, but he worked in Disney drawing at the time. Whenever all that happened. So yeah, it was fun facts.
What's a fun fact about you?
Fun fact about me. I can play like 6 different instruments and I
That's
recorded my own
impressive.
theme song.
Oh.
And I learned how to scream so that I could actually do it on because I wanted to have like an emo kind of thing because that was like the kind of music I got into whenever I was in my like late teens, early 20s.
Okay.
Did you like emo music when you were in your late teens, early 20s?
No.
No?
I was more like Britney Spears and pop.
Okay. Yeah. I would never told anybody, but I liked Britney Spears and pop too.
Everybody did. Let's be real.
For sure. One of my guilty pleasures whenever she came out and got popular was Kesha.
Yeah, I like her too.
I would never have told anybody that I listened to her for real, but I was like, it's fun music. And then
Yeah.
LMFAO,
Oh yeah.
I still love them. I ain't even gonna lie. Their music videos for that album with like "Sexy" and "I Know It" and all those different songs that were really popular off of that album. If you've never watched those music videos, I highly recommend going on YouTube and just letting them go because they're like an acid trip. They're hilarious.
I think I have seen all the videos because I remember I had a crush on the main singer, so I remember watching all the videos on YouTube before.
So now, do you listen to music? Is that something that you do for fun, or like in the car? Like, do you care about music? Or
When I have my daughter with me,
yeah,
she'll like push the buttons on the playlist and she'll go like 20 seconds on a song and then she'll be like, oh, okay, let's listen to this song now. And then she'll be like, oh, let's listen to this song. But when I'm by myself, I have like a playlist and I'll just listen to that. But if I'm like on my way to a set or something, I usually listen to like high beat, like upbeat music.
same. Yeah, so like I like every kind of music that exists now. Like at one time I like was trying to push towards like the heavier and harder music that I could get. But I listen to like Crosby, Stills and Nash. I listen to jazz music. I listen to hardcore music. I listen to pop music, country. It doesn't matter. If it's good music, I like it. And
I like a little bit of everything.
yeah, and I love an album, especially one
Yeah.
that tells a good story. Because if you really like listen to something from beginning to end, you get a great story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, you get that one person in your car who does what your daughter does, and I'm just like, please stop changing the song.
Oh, every day I'm like, can we please just listen to a full song? Oh, but I want to hear this one and I want to hear that one. And I'm like, yep, yep.
Do you
Almost at school, yep.
do you have to listen to like Minecraft songs?
She likes all the like hippie hop because she's like 8 now. So she likes better stuff. But like the worst
She
stuff
doesn't
on
like the
earth.
Fishy Like Me song.
Oh, you know what the worst is? Baby music, like little kid music, like the
Yeah.
ABCs and the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and all that stuff. I'm like, ooh, the worst.
Baby Shark.
Oh my god.
Did you have to do that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
For like 2 years, that was a thing. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. If I hear da da, I start running.
You're like, I'm out.
Yeah,
This is all you, kid. Like, have at her.
for sure. Now, I don't know if they did like a remix and made it something like Cotton Eye Joe. It might hit, but you know,
There's some pretty good remixes of Baby Shark, but it's like I've heard it so many times. It just like it like irks you now. You're like, oh.
right, for sure. Well, I've enjoyed having you on today.
Well, thank you.
I think it's about to be, it's 11 o'clock at my time. I think you're like 2 hours behind me, aren't you?
It is 9:07 here.
Yeah. Is the sun still shining back there?
Still daylight. Yep.
What in the world? You got some of that Alaskan sunlight going on up there?
Yeah, the sun is like just
What-
going down.
What time does it get dark?
It's starting to kind of get a little dark. Like it's probably like 9:30, 10.
Jesus Christ, it gets dark by 9 here.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here.
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This has been Jennifer.